Hello everyone, hi, my name is Roy Cornwall. Welcome to our channel, your channel, my channel, and God's channel. Today is Thursday the 20th of March, 2025 at 10 o'clock in the morning. Hello everyone, how are you today? This is not going to be about religion. This is not going to be a story. This is going to be, how to explain this? What I think we should do with our professional hockey teams. First of all, I think we should, the N.H.L. is a corrupt organization. Now, they've been a lot better since this rift with the States, since we beat them in Boston, right? They've been better, but they're not fooling me. They've been corrupt, wholly evil with the Canadian teams. If there's a Canadian team battling an American team, Canadian team gets it in the neck. The referees use their authority to call offsides when they're not offsides, to not call offsides when they are offsides. All this to take the momentum away from a Canadian team and give it to the American team, calling penalties that are not penalties, that should have been penalties. Just listen to Joe Bowen and Jim Rell. They tell it like it is. And the referees are being abusive to the Canadian clubs. I'm pretty sure there's no Canadian team going to win the Stanley Cup. Not now, not in the near future. It's corrupt. The referees are hooked up with the betting people in the States, and they're going to do whatever they tell them to do. So this is what I suggest we do. Okay? I suggest that we stop sending the Toronto Maple Leafs down into Boston, letting Boston win millions of dollars, not win, but earn millions of dollars off our Canadian logo. We're giving the States millions of dollars with every team that goes into the States. This has got to stop. We're boycotting the States right now, and we're in a position where we can really benefit from this greatly. We should start up our own National Hockey League, the National Canadian Hockey League, right? And in this league, there'll be 12 teams, 2 divisions. Vancouver, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, and Toronto in one division. Toronto Toros, Montreal, Hamilton, Quebec, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia in the other. Now, we may be able to add a couple more in there, right? And get like 3 divisions, 3 16 divisions, or at least 2. That's we have the arenas, we have the hockey, we have the interest, and all that money that's spent at the hockey game is going to stay in Canada. Not one nickel of it's going to go into the States. We will set up the premier hockey league of the world. Everybody knows Canadians are the best hockey players. So why wouldn't the Canadian National Hockey League be the best league? This has been going on for decades and decades. And I've had enough. This is our opportunity to leave those corrupt people behind. As soon as Gary Bettman got a hold of the NHL, it went downhill. How many American teams are there compared to Canadian teams? And at one point there was more Canadian teams than American teams, and then the Americans got a hold of it, right? So we need to yank it all from them, everywhere. I mean, Saskatchewan, Vancouver, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, and the Leafs. We're talking about at least $10 million on one hockey night. Right there. What are we giving? Why do we have to give up buying stuff in the grocery store when they're going to give them millions of dollars at a lop? No. They have to fall in line like the rest of the country. And now's the chance to demolish the NHL in Canada. They're corrupt to the core. To the core. They're corrupt. Um, uh, you know, if we change to a Canadian hockey team league, there's going to be teams in the NHL that want to join, that are going to leave the NHL and join our league. We may end up with three divisions or even more. Depends, right? So we have to stop giving Americans millions of dollars off of our hockey teams, right? They've been thieving off of us enough. And they say that they're giving us, no, no. They're doing exactly what the Democratic Party said. They're blaming the other side for what they're doing. Trump's America is thieving from us like crazy, and they're blaming us for that. Deflection, you see, that's what they do. So I just want to remind everybody that I bought a bicycle off of the States. It cost me $1,650. I paid $200 at the border for the rate of exchange. Okay, I sort of knew that was up front, but I don't agree with it. But they charged me another $800 on $1,650 because I paid in foreign currency. This is the States. This is our brothers. This is the people we save. We go to war, we die with. Everything. This is them doing this to us. They've been stealing and ripping us off long enough. I've had enough. Pull all the Canadian hockey teams away from the NHL and ignore any lawsuits that come your way. Just ignore them. We'll start up our own league, and we'll be very happy in that. Believe me. We'll have teams wanting to come our way from probably Russia and Czechoslovakia and everywhere else. We got the Premier League, and we have all we need is a little bit of money to get going. Isn't there somebody in Canada who's got a little bit of money that can put this forward and get the ball going? Toronto Maple Leafs would pack the arena just like Montreal does. Now, Toronto's got two teams in there. Why can't Quebec have two teams and Montreal have two teams? There's two more teams. I'm not adverse to having two teams in Quebec, two teams in Toronto, one in Hamilton. You know, you look at the geography. I bet you we're going to have places in Canada applying for a hockey team because they got a rink, they got people there. This makes a lot of sense. All that money will stay in Canada. Stay in Canada. We not only got to have a tariff war with the states, but we got to stop giving them money like this. Just let them run the NHL without Montreal or Toronto, or Vancouver, or Edmonton, or Winnipeg. Do you know what I mean? It won't be the same league. Our league will be the best one. So I implore anybody who can do this to step up for Canada right now. In 2 or 3 years' time, this league will be rolling so good that the Americans will want in, and we're not going to let them in. Period. So that's what I'm thinking on this. If we got to stop buying stuff at the grocery store. I'm 71 years old. I'm in my retirement years. I've worked my whole life to get this, like, to have a case of pop or something, and they're telling me I can't buy it at the grocery store now. That's not fair. Not when our hockey teams are giving them millions. That's just NHL hockey. What about the baseball? What about the basketball? We're giving them millions upon millions of dollars, and that's all got to stop. Well, we don't have a baseball set up here in Canada. All right? So baseball may take a hit. But our football, we got good football here in Canada. And we don't need their football. Right? We'll promote our own football and get that rolling again in Canada. We have to do this. We have to, we can't keep relying on our leaders to make these decisions. Decisions are ours. And so, last word, and poor people. Anybody who can get this thing rolling for the Canadian National Hockey League, please. We need it. The country needs it. And in order to have a fair game on the ice, without the referees involved, this is what we need. We got to put a little chip in the puck to tell if it went over the line, to see if it was offside or went over the line in goal, right? Um, I would change a couple of things. On the goalpost, I put another pipe on the inside of that pipe. So when the puck hit it, it would ring like a bell. Ring. I'd have them go off ding, 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 like that. And then you could tell by sound which post it hit. I would do a bunch of little things like that. That would make the game much better. Yeah. So please, everybody, if you could like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. That'd be good for every hockey lover in Canada. I believe that if somebody can do this to get it going, because we got to leave the NHL. We're not going nowhere there. And we're giving them money, and apparently our enemies now. They're not our brothers, they're our enemies. Blessings, everybody. Stay kind, and may God bless. Bye-bye.